Hello, and welcome to the Tech Hub, which is an extension of the Community Alliance for Family Farms. Today, we're going to talk about email service providers. So if you've ever done email marketing or you want to do email marketing, then this is going to be a helpful resource for you. Today, we're going to walk through this list of providers that we've analyzed. And in particular, we're going to focus on the free products. It's a very competitive space. So a lot of the different email service providers do offer similar features, but to help people get started, I thought it would be helpful to focus on the free ones in particular. All of these on the list were selected because they're affordable, they're well known, and they probably integrate with some tools that you may be using already. So when you're picking a particular tool that's best for you, it's important to think about what your goals are for the business. There's lots of different ways that you can use email marketing. Some people might just want to do a simple newsletter once a month, whereas others might have a list of thousands of emails already, and they're thinking about streamlining operations and building workflows and targeting specific content to different types of customers. So there's a pretty big spectrum of different things that you can do with email marketing, but we're just going to go over some of the different tools that can be used to do that. So without further ado, let's jump in. The first thing that we're going to look at is pricing. So with most email service providers, the pricing is calculated by determining how many subscribers you have on your list. There are some that actually calculate based on the number of emails sent. If that is the case, you'll have to kind of estimate how many emails you think you'll send each month and to how many people. But most of them, it's the number of subscribers. For all the prices we listed here, we assumed that the person would use the lowest tier pricing plan. Many of them also offer different tiers with different features for the more expensive tiers. As I mentioned earlier, some of them do offer free plans, and those are the ones that we're going to look at today, a little more detail. And if you want to look over this whole list, you can download the PDF looking at the links below. So let's dive into the first one, which is SendinBlue. So this is a really well-rounded product. You might not have heard of it before, but they have all the different features that you'd want. If we look at this format, the way that we organize this document, you'll notice this is a pattern. We have the 6 most important features that we think every email service provider should have, and then a little description of each of them. So this one has the content editor. It has the sign-up forms. Email is only good if you get people to sign up for it. So the sign-up form allows somebody to sign up on your site and then quickly be added to your email list. Tech support, and specifically what kind of tech support. In this case, SendinBlue does 24/7 phone support for premium, but email support for everybody else. You've got customer profiles, which are going to be important if you decide to do segmenting. For example, if you want to send different content to an old customer versus a new customer who you're just trying to get ramped up, then customer profiles are going to be important for being able to decide which is which. Integrations, there's a long list, so I recommend for any product you choose, look at the integrations to see if it fits with the tools you're already using, especially e-commerce. And then analytics and reporting. All of them are going to have some sort of analytics and reporting, but some are more robust than others. I think it's an important feature for everybody to have because you're going to need to learn what works and what doesn't, because marketing is a lot about experimentation. So aside from this grid, which is on every sheet, we also have links to video tours so you can see how the product looks, how it works, have somebody walk you through it, which is really nice before actually diving in on your own. And then we break it into really simple segments. What are the pros? What are the cons? And what's the bottom line? So the pros for SendinBlue is that it does allow you to display conditional email content based on certain attributes This is going back to that idea of customer profiles. So if you did want to send a special offer to a new customer, you could segment that customer and send that email specifically to them. The downside is that some of these advanced features like dynamic content do require you to generate a bit of code. So it's not quite as simple as click and drag, but if you do want to do that, you will have to write a little code. All the other features, as you can see, are available. So it is a really good one to use to get started. And as I mentioned before, it's also free to get started. Going on to the next one, we've got MailerLite. So MailerLite is, as the name implies, really all of the essentials and none of the fat. So if you really want something that's very simple and streamlined and focused, this might be a good one for you. It does have a lot of advanced features on the free plan, including segmentation and A/B testing. A/B testing, if you're not familiar, is a process by which you can test subject lines, for example. So if you say in one subject line, tomatoes are in season, and another subject line you say, come see us at the farmer's market this weekend, you can actually send a small sample set of both of those email headlines with the same content to a group of customers, and whichever headline has the most opens or the greatest click-through rate is the one that all of the rest of the emails will be sent as. So it's a really good way to increase the metrics on your emails that you're sending and learn a lot more along the way, because you're getting to test two headlines and see how people react to that. The pros of this, I think, is its simplicity. The downside is that it does lack some automations and more advanced triggers, and it does require you to use an API key. Again, it's not as simple as logging in to that service from MailerLite. You will need to copy and paste, which is not that complicated, but that's something to be aware of. Moving on to the next free product is Mailchimp. So this is probably one of the most popular email service providers on the list. It's worth noting that they were just purchased by Intuit. So this product has a really great learning library. So if you're new to email marketing, they have a lot of great content to help you get started. And it has a smart recommendations feature that provides you with valuable insights about your audience and recommendations for how to optimize your marketing efforts. Also, this integrates directly with Barn to Door, which is an e-commerce platform that some farmers or food distributors might be familiar with or using already. However, it does not integrate with Shopify, which is another really popular e-commerce platform. So be aware of that, and as always, look at the full list of integrations for more. The downsides of Mailchimp are few. Probably not the best thing for more sophisticated marketers, but for a beginner, I think it's a great place to start. And moving on to the last free option on the list is Mooseend, which sounds like an email service provider built for farmers, but it is available to anybody who wants to have, again, a very simple, streamlined email marketing service provider. The integrations are limited, which is a downside of Mooseend. They are adding more all the time, but it's worth checking out that list and comparing it to others that you might consider using. And it only allows a single user to log into the account. So if you do have people helping you with this task, it's worth noting that they will have to log in with your account, which means that you can't limit permissions for other people that might be helping out with certain tasks. Otherwise, it does have all of the different things that you would expect, like a drag and drop content editor, the sign-up forms, tech support, customer profiles, and analytics. So check these out, do your research, but above all else, don't let this research get in the way of you getting started. One of the things that is really easy to do with all of these platforms are move email addresses if you decide to switch platforms later on. There is a lot to learn with email marketing, and the best way to do it is to dive right in. So hopefully this list will help you get started. And if you do have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us at the Tech Hub. We're happy to answer any questions you have about email marketing or other things related to your farm business. So reach out in the link below, and wishing all of you a great afternoon.